Hey everyone, it's 1:53 p.m. on Monday, February 8th, 2021, and right here is a 52-inch Craftmade Decorative series in gloss black, and however the blades are in matte black, but that's beside the point. You don't find too many ceiling fans in a gloss black finish anymore. And this is a remake video of this fan, and I did one approximately 5 years ago. I can't really remember. I'll have to scroll back in the archives. And yes, that is a new light kit that I put on it. And the reason being is when I had it in storage, the other light kit got mangled and fractured. The spotlight kit, mind you. And that was the end of that. So that's why you see a more mundane schoolhouse globe with a matching gloss black 4-inch fitter on it. And I got the light kit fitter, new old stock, at a local lighting store. It was mixed in with a mix of fitters of the same size and antique brass and polished brass, but I knew this one was there. I knew nobody would really buy it, so it had my name on it, and I just thought, I'll just use it on this Craftmade. I don't know when this fan was manufactured. I want to say sometime in the early to mid 90s. Given the logo you see on the switch housing here. Can you see it? It's the globe logo on it. Can you see? Yep, it's a Craftmade, all right. There's the vents. I know there's builder vents, but this is a rather unique builder fan. There's a sideband, and there's the canopy up there. And the down rod was manufactured by Quorum. It's the shortest down rod I could find for it. It's a 6-inch down rod, which makes perfect sense for this room because it's rather high ceiling. Let's have a look at the blades, shall we? They're the arched end, which is popular on the 80s and 90s designer type ceiling fans, which I like. Let's have a look at the light kit right there. There's a reverse switch. And let's shed a little light on the situation, shall we? There. Doesn't really put out much light, but hey, it's this one light schoolhouse kit, so what do you expect? But it does okay. And these fans were commonly seen in the earlier constructed Texas Roadhouse restaurants. And but the one nearest me was constructed circa 2013, and they have a different line of Craftmade ceiling fans there with matte black motors and matte black blades. But I think it would make more sense if they put like thick-grained oak blades on them, because that would be very appropriate, because I call fans with brown or black motors with the oak blades steakhouse fans, because that's the perfect setting for them, and that's rings true for most Hunter originals, and ever since 1895, so they're the classic steakhouse fans. And another backstory to this fan is that there was a local lighting store that's no longer around circa 1994. My dad and I went there. That's when it was open. And they had a whole plethora of Craftmade ceiling fans installed for display, and I was in love with them. I thought they were awesome, and they had a green and brass one. And I also saw one of these in the Craftmade pamphlet they had. And that's how I fell in love with Craftmade ceiling fans. Even though I was mainly Hunter, but I wanted to give Craftmates a chance. And my first time visiting that lighting store was after being out of school for a week with pneumonia. And I'm thankful that I survived that. Didn't think I would, but I did. That's beside the point. But it was the day before Thanksgiving in 1994, to be precise, when I went to the aforementioned lighting store. And so these fans are major childhood for me. And it seems as though Craftmade ceiling fans are becoming more popular amongst the fan community. Because I have a few Craftmades in my collection and that I'd like to film. But anyway, let's get down to business here. Rev the fan up first on low. Apologize, one of the blades a little bit dusty on it, but that's okay. I have its antique brass sister with the same oak-shaped blades. Or they have the same tip on them, but that's what I meant to say. Medium. Has a little bit bearing chatter in it, but it's really not that bad. I used to have one of these in red and polished brass that I got from that aforementioned lighting store, but I ended up donating it because one of the blades was warped. I just think these look better with 5 blades as opposed to 4, so that's why I'm going to show it with that. I mean, the bearing noise is hardly audible, but let's try it on high, shall we? It really moves great air for it being a quote-unquote builder fan. And the fact it's on a 6-inch down rod means increased airflow for this room. Okay, now we're going to do spin down. Might need to give it some oil anyway, you know, before it gets any worse. And this particular model came in a whole plethora of different color finishes like hunter green, Ferrari red, and of course black. You can even get special order them with brass conversion kits on them, which was awesome. Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to do that. It's got a good spin down time, so I don't think the bearings are all that bad on it. And one thing I forgot to mention is that it was on par with the latex color. That was the latex, essentially the latex version of this fan. It had like the same shaped blades and the same different, you know, color options. But unlike the Craftmade, you could actually, latex had so you could flush mount it. And I do have one just like that in hunter green that I got new in the box. And if I'm to understand, Latex and Craftmade eventually merged. So like a lot of their, I think they were like big rivals, but hey, if you can't beat them, join them. Okay, fan has ceased operation. This concludes the broadcast today. Thank you for watching. More to come.